get to, man. I guess let's go ahead and get into it since we're here.
All right,
Yeah.
let's
So
do it.
so what you got? What you got to start off with?
Well, I'm really interested in that little situation with your boy. What's his name? What is his name? You know the guy that's been going off on all of the NBA players.
Oh, Kwame Brown.
Yeah, Kwame Brown. Th-
Yeah.
That was that situation there is like really interesting. Um,
Yeah.
what his concept is and what he trying to put out there is interesting. So what he talking about and the type of people that he even spoke on and commentators and news analysts and former players and stuff like that.
Right.
It's interesting that he waited 20 years to say something, but obviously within these 20 years he even got smart. So
Hmm.
he's smart enough to say what he need to say. I don't know if it's the right thing to say, the best thing to say, but he did, speak his mind, man. So I ain't mad at that.
Right.
I ain't mad at that because he had me laughing so hard. Like this dude here is funny. He is funny.
Yeah.
So yeah, I feel a certain way about that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a wild shit, man. I caught a few of them where he went at Stephen A. Smith and shit a few other people. I think he went at Jamel Hill. That sounded like a little misunderstanding because it's kind of a popular thing to say off that Game of Thrones shit.
Yeah.
You woke up today and chose violence. Yeah,
Right. Right. Right.
that's
Right.
that's just kind of just a phrase motherfuckers say nowadays. But yeah, that was a little misunderstanding. But
True.
yeah, yeah,
True.
check there on that. But I've been thinking like what that kind of means for I guess mainstream media like as a whole. And I heard a few people talk about that, just what it means that he could come out basically in like less than a couple weeks and have all this attention on him, and he's kind of setting the narrative against these big mainstream platforms, ESPN and all these other corporately backed platforms, who've usually always had the main voice and all the power all the power, publicly speaking.
Right. Right.
So for Kwame Brown to come out of left field the way he has and get all this attention and be the one setting the narrative now, like that says a lot about what the shift is going to be like, for YouTube to be this platform where the average person can come out and actually have a voice and power and a say over what the narrative is.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So social media is a big deal, man. Depending on the way you play it, the right statements, because everybody want a story. It's kind of like old news. It's really
Right.
like old news. It's like the first person that come out and say something big, bold, outlandish, non-apologetic. The media jump on it, be like, look at this, and come to this platform, and we got the first
Hmm.
interview, and we got this. And so the concept seemed to still be the same for as who gets the news first and who put it out there and the person
Hmm.
that is directed to. So due to the fact dude is a former NBA player, been in the league almost 15 years, something like that,
Yeah.
and he's been quiet for a long time. That's the part about it that intrigues me when I hear him talk, because it's like he ain't said nothing in a really long
Yeah.
time to this point. So he go
Hmm.
going out at people, and I like the fact that he's not afraid to step to the big time talkers and the big league talkers. Like, man, I don't care who
Right.
you is or what you think, and so on and so forth. Now, I think some parts of what he did say to certain people were personal, and
Hmm.
I think that could have been dealt with maybe a tad bit better if you're gonna put it in a media platform. Now, if you got something to say to that person directly, then okay, yeah, step to them, face to face or whatever it is, and y'all squash that out. But to put certain personal things out there, certain type of threats and things of that nature. It's like, all
Mm-hmm.
right, man, that be the part that make me go, all right, Kwame, man, you ain't got to go there. But and then I was peeping out Stephen A's thing because Stephen A did a little blog of video in the studio, and Stephen
Mm-hmm.
A said everything that he felt about him as a player and not a person. He spoke about that he can't play, that even though he'd been in the league a long time, that he didn't do this, he couldn't do that. He's not one of the top 5 or 10 big men in the league, or yada yada yada. So
Mm-hmm.
he spoke on them in that standpoint. But I don't know, man. It's all interesting to me. It's all interesting to me. So
Yeah, yeah. The way Kwame been talking, man, that'll back somebody off for you. I don't know if you heard how Charlemagne had said some shit about him, and he had to, go back and retract and apologize because like he had got personal,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
talking about his family and people being in jail and all that type shit. So
yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah. Now,
Kwame,
like I
Kwame was justified to go at him the way he did.
yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. It's this social media platform. It can be a help and a hindrance at the same time, depending on the way you use it. Like I say, now me personally, I'm not a big Breakfast Club guy. Now
Yeah,
I check it out depending on people that's on there, and I got my opinions. That's about the best that I can say on it. But they ask the standard questions that anybody else are asking.
mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, but stepping out like that, yeah, I don't think your boy should it'll win at him personal like that about his family and where his family been and where his family's background was and who done got locked up. And
Yeah,
I don't think that's necessary to get no attention. I mean, because all it is trying to get some attention or trying to stir up some attention. It's like, do you really got to go there? Now, if you got an opinion, cool. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody got an opinion. If you got an opinion, okay, yeah, voice your opinion. Cool. But even voicing your opinion, you ain't got to be disrespectful like that. Not like that.
right.
Like, dang. So, yeah, it is what it is, man. So, I tripped off that. Speaking of the media, since we're on the subject of the media,
Mm-hmm.
did you hear about the young lady that plays tennis?
Yes, yes, I did.
Yeah.
Naomi Osaka.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. What do you think is her actions? One, what do you think
Mm-hmm.
about her actions and what she stood on? And two, do you think it's fair that the media outlets or the corporation that she represents is suspending her
Well, as far
financially?
as well, as
Well,
far as
not
the media and the
suspending.
corporations, you said what?
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry. I say not so much suspending her, but finding her.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't suspend her, but they find her.
Yeah. All right. So as far as the media and the corporations, they gonna do what they gonna do. Like we have a status quo right now, and they been operating the way they operate. So you can't expect them to do less than what they're doing right now. So where Naomi Osaka comes in is that she's setting a new precedent for people in her position, where she on some level understands, hey, I'm the talent, and I have a right to, take care of myself. However, I feel I need to take care of myself, regardless of what that means for everybody else monetarily. And if you really get down to it, the US Open or the French Open or whatever this event is that she's dropping out of, they don't have a show without her. And that goes the same for like, a LeBron James. Like, I don't know if I didn't hear much about it, but I heard there was a thing where he was supposed to have been fined or suspended for something. And
Mm.
and they didn't do it. And if you think about it, like they weren't gonna do it because you ain't got a show without LeBron. People come to see LeBron. So whatever he did, he still got to be there because you don't have a show, you don't have a product if he doesn't show up. So the
Okay.
position that Naomi Osaka is in, she has that much more leverage because, Ain't nobody checking for that shit just because they fuck with tennis that hard.
True.
They want to see this new sensation who's out here, winning so much and drawing all this attention and getting the eyes on your product. So she's in a power position. And I don't know if that's why she's making the move or why she feels comfortable to do it, but that is where she is, and that's a big move for other people who come behind her or in that position.
Okay. Now, what I had found out, her reasons for not getting in front of the media was she said that she suffered from depression.
And social anxiety.
Yeah, or something of that
Hmm.
nature. So it's like, okay, I can respect
Introvert.
her. Yeah,
Introvert gang.
it's like I can respect her for wanting to put herself in a position, to be the best person that she can be overall outside of just playing tennis. So I feel you on that.
Right.
I don't think that she should be fined for
Hmm.
her sense of wanting to take care of herself, because if she ain't on point, the people that she represents don't make no money.
Exactly.
Yeah, it don't make no money. So long as she at home, the corporation is just like, well, if she ain't at home, we gonna penalize you. We don't care if you sick or whatever it is. We gonna
Hmm.
penalize you for being sick. And it's like, that's fucked up to me. I mean, it's like, damn, dude, it's
Well, you
like
notice you notice they're finding her. They're not suspending her.
right, right. I spoke wrong.
That's a move they can make, but they're finding
Yeah,
her and not suspending her
yeah,
because
I spoke
they
wrong.
need her there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I
It's
mean, if
it's
it was that bad, they could have suspended her, and I guess that would have done whatever they thought that it would have done. But I mean, like
it
you're
wouldn't
saying,
have
like
done
they need her
nothing.
there,
They'd have still lost money.
right? But I mean, like I'm just saying, like that's something they could do, and they didn't do it. So that just further shows that they needed her to be there, and that's why
Yeah,
they chose to find her instead.
yeah. Hell, I think she ranked number 2 in the world
Something like that, yeah.
or something like that. Yeah, they ain't trying to do nothing too crazy.
Right,
They ain't gonna do nothing too crazy because wherever she go, she put asses in seats.
right, exactly.
So yeah, yeah.
Hey, you know what? And funny you should mention that because, like, all right, so I've been trying to think of a way where I could fill time between when we can actually do these podcasts. So I had shot a little something where I was talking about the difference between Monique and Dave Chappelle when it came to Netflix.
Hmm.
Yeah, so because they both had their issues with these certain platforms, and they both had a call to action. And Dave Chappelle succeeded in his, but Monique failed in hers. And I don't think a whole lot of people, I'm not sure a whole lot of people is really even thinking about Monique right now in that context. But I don't think people are look at that in like a business context the way it should have been looked at, where they was, of course we want to, support any, talent, especially, black talent that's, trying to get their money out here.
Right.
But I'm not sure that they was like really looking at like the real business ramifications of why Netflix made the decision they made with her and why these other companies made the decision they made with Dave Chappelle.
I think it's the personalities.
It's part of it.
Yeah, I
I think
think.
I think it's deeper than that though.
Do you?
Of course, yeah.
I
It's
mean,
business. It's deeper than just the personalities. It's actual business involved in it.
well, yeah,
So
yeah. I'm with you on that one.
I put it like this. All right, so Monique, she had uh Oscar nominated or winning performances in movies. She had a late night TV show that ran for a few years. She had an HBO special. She did Queens of Comedy with Adele, Samore, and Miss Laura. So she has a pretty good resume, just career wise. Like,
Right.
so that's cool, right? She got several movies. She got movies with Martin. Like, she got a good body of work. But she comes to Netflix and says, "Hey, if we're gonna do a special, I want this much money." And Netflix says, "Okay, well, we think you're only worth 500,000, and it's based on these numbers." And I don't think people really give a whole lot of credit to those numbers possibly being what justified that amount that they offered, you know, on their
Okay.
end.
Okay.
Here's why. Who was checking for Monique? Like before the
The
Netflix thing popped off, who was checking for Monique?
probably a little bit of nobody right now, but that's only because of the number of fans that really, really like her. So I think
Exactly.
that plays a role.
All right.
Yeah, I think that
So
plays a role.
right. Okay. So like just coming off the whole Naomi Osaka thing, that's why I think Netflix offered her the number that they offered her, because they want some sort of, proof of concept, or, proof of draw that Monique could put asses in the seats or viewers on their platform that would justify paying her more.
Yeah,
I don't think that was
but that
like a
makes sense.
racist or sexist issue. Right. Exactly. I don't think a whole lot of people caught that though. Like they just got caught up in, the emotion of, oh, they, trying to play another one of our black sisters, and just said, yeah, Netflix should, pay her what she's worth. It's like, okay, but are you gonna show up to go watch that shit if she drop it though? Because they put the HBO special. You ever see it? I Could Have Been Your Cellmate.
No, I don't like her comedy.
No? Okay. All right.
No,
I watched
I
that.
don't.
Now I want to say that was like maybe in the early 2000s, that special. And they put
Okay.
that on Netflix before any of this popped off. I'm pretty sure they got back numbers that said, ain't nobody want to watch that shit. And that's not to say that was a bad special or nothing. It's just the fact that there were not eyes on it. So Netflix had that much more insight into what the demand was for to see Monique. And that's
Yeah,
why they offered her what they offered her, I think.
yeah, but on a business standpoint, that's smart.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And
Business
I don't
wise,
think people were thinking about that.
of course not. Right now, when you look at what's been going on in the last 50 years, huh, we can't say the last couple of months or years, but the last
Right.
50 to 100 years, okay, yeah, blacks getting an opportunity to succeed, is far and in between, depending on when you're looking at numbers. So if
Right.
another black individual has got an opportunity to get on a really big platform like Netflix or an HBO or something like that, where they can be exposed, people that don't understand the business, in my opinion, will look at it and say, well, Dave Chappelle got this, but since Monique is quote unquote female, which really makes no difference because if you're good, you're good. But
Hmm.
you got people that think that way, be like, well, yeah, maybe because she's a female, blah blah blah, or maybe because she's a black female, blah blah blah. We ain't gonna give her that. That ain't that ain't the case. It's not the fact that she's
Right.
female and black. It's the fact that does the numbers match for as a business side is concerned. So Dave Chappelle can go up in there going off his numbers and what he's been doing. He can go in there and ask for a certain amount, and they'd be like, well, hell yeah. If that's what you want
Hmm.
and the type of product that you can produce, we can get this back tenfold. So yeah,
Right.
I don't think I don't think it's a racist thing or a sexist thing or whatever it's that you want to put on the end of it. She just ain't
Right.
worth the value that she's asking for that platform going off of numbers and not talent. That's what I think.
Right.
That's what I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've never
It's
been a
for
fan.
people like, who I guess we don't get the details. You said what?
Now, I said I've never really been a fan of Monique's comedy.
Hmm. I mean, I wouldn't say that she's had like at least um on large platforms a whole lot of work that's been put out other than movies. Like I said, she had I Could Have Been Your Cellmate. She had Queens of Comedy, and those are the only things I've seen that hit mainstream where like you could kind of get a good read of what her material is like.
Okay. Yeah. I ain't never really peeped her out, and when I have saw her from time to time, it just and this is my own opinion, it just sounds like she just screaming all the goddamn time. And it's like, where's the joking and screaming? You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, give me something that's gonna really make me laugh at you. But again, I have to say that same thing, not to the same degree as Dave Chappelle. Because when I first heard Dave Chappelle doing stand up, I saw him on Def Comedy Jam and I saw him on BET Comedy Club or something like that. And
Comic
I
View.
first was peeping, yeah, in Comic View. When I first was peeping him out, he didn't do it for me either starting off. But
Mm-hmm.
when he got his show and he started doing the Dave Chappelle show, and I started seeing how much of a talent that he really was outside of just stand up, he had me laughing my ass off. So I
Right.
was like, okay. So Dave Chappelle, he had to grow on me for his talent, but yeah, man, the Dave Chappelle, you funny as hell to me. You
Yeah.
funny as hell to me. So I ain't got no arguments with that. So if he's worth whatever he's worth, whatever he says he's worth, going off the numbers and going off past, experiences and stuff like that, yeah, go on and pay the man the money. You give him what he worth.
Yeah.
Give him what he worth. Man, have you going on to another topic? Have you been paying attention to the stock market, bro?
I haven't very closely, but I keep hearing about AMC.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's crazy, bro. That is crazy, man. They went down from like, I don't know, $1 and something. They went down to like $1 and something to damn near 60 something dollars a share.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. It's like it's like about 2 weeks ago, they were sitting right around 13 to 20 something a share. The beginning
Yeah.
of this week, starting like Monday, they had jumped from like 20 something dollars to like 62, 63. I said, what the hell happened? Right over the holiday. It's like as soon as the holiday was over,
Movies is back.
man,
Yep.
dude, I'm so mad about that, man, because somebody was telling me about AMC, and I was like, yeah, I know about it, but I ain't think about it like that. I was looking at other stuff.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, maybe they start going back to shows eventually. Man, I looked up, man, on
Yeah.
what was it, Tuesday?
Yeah.
Yeah, it
That was
was
the time to do
Tuesday.
it right there.
You ain't
Yeah.
lying, man. I was so mad. I was like, I could have got me 5 shares at $15 a share. I could have got 5 shares and double my money.
Man. Yep.
Shoot, from like $12 a share to like 60. Like, damn,
Yep.
man, I'd have
And it's probably
sold.
gonna keep going up for a little while.
Yeah, if I'd have sold one of my shares and got all my money back with one share. One share. If I'd have bought that at $12 a share,
Mm.
if I'd have bought 5 shares at $12 a share, and it went up from $12 to 62, got half of my money back messing around with that. That's double my money, bro. I'm over here pissed a little bit. Like,
Yep.
damn, Carl. I
Yeah. I
mean, I
showed
can't
Chip off
blame it.
that shit, cause right.
Yeah, I was a little pissed. Like, damn. Same way with GameStop. Who would have thought GameStop, dog? GameStop. Who would have thought GameStop would have went from?
Yeah. You couldn't have predicted that one.
Didn't see that. Nobody saw that. I
Yeah,
don't see
you
how.
couldn't. Yeah, you couldn't have predicted that one. Like, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Somebody set
unreal.
that whole thing up. You hear about how
Yeah.
that happened, right?
No, man, I've heard bits and pieces.
Okay, so there's this Reddit group that they're involved in the stock market, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, and they got hip to how um a whole lot of these big investors they do this thing called what is it called? I want to say it's short stocks. They short stocks. So basically, they bet on a certain corporation to to fall or lose at some point, and so they pull money out of the stock, and that drives the price down. And then when it gets down to about as low as they think it'll go, then they put all their money back into it. So they get the
Oh,
stock that much cheaper, and then they build the stock up again. Right. So
oh,
these
okay.
these people on Reddit in this Reddit group, they got hip to that, and it was like, okay, and now y'all betting against GameStop. It's like, okay, well, yeah, we ain't finna play that shit because we actually fuck with GameStop anyway. So we gonna invest in GameStop, and now we done kind of like shifted and turned the game back on these big investors. So now these
Mm-hmm.
big investors done lost money because they was called themselves probably was going to get back in, and now like the price is higher than what they was trying to get into it for.
Okay. Okay.
And then Robinhood, you come to find out Robinhood was on some bullshit too, because it came to a point where they was blocking normal users from making trades on GameStop and AMC at one point too.
Hmm.
So now and got out that Robinhood is in these big investors' pockets too, to where they work more to their benefit than to their actual users.
Okay. 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 Hmm. That's interesting
So
because
yeah,
I
that
got a
whole game
brokerage.
fucked up.
Yeah, because I've been doing some reading on Robinhood and how they're doing cryptocurrency because you can actually buy
Hmm.
cryptocurrency from Robinhood and what's that other one? I think it's called Weeble or WeBuild or
Yeah,
Webull
Bitcoin.
or
Oh yeah, Weeble. Yeah,
yeah.
it was
So
Weeble. Uh-huh.
yeah, so they've been talking like, okay, you can come to this platform, buy cryptocurrency and watch it and manage it and do it the way you want to do it. And it's supposed to be commission free. I know Robinhood is commission free,
Mm,
but
yeah.
been keeping my eye on that. Like I say, that's interesting too. Um, with this cryptocurrency because that dog, what is that damn thing called? Is it dog coin, do
Dogecoin.
coin, Doge? Is it it's DOGE, right? Doge, is it Dogecoin?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, okay, Dogecoin.
Presumably, yeah.
Yeah, I've been watching that, man, and Twitter has been blowing this up. It's like, what in the world is Twitter on? Because every time you look up, somebody on Twitter is talking about Dogecoin is going to the moon, and
Hmm.
your boy from Tesla is talking about investing in it and all this other type stuff. And it's like, okay, what do you do if you don't take a chance and jump in it once you understand it, of course. Once you jump in it and see where it's
Right.
at, because like dog, dude, I can't even pronounce the shit. The coin with the dog on it. That's what I'm gonna say. The coin with the dog on it. 'Cause I can't even pronounce the motherfucker, man. So I'm gonna just the dog, the dog coin. Yeah, the dog with the coin on it, or the coin with the dog on it. But whatever the hell it's called, bro. But um, I was sitting up here paying attention to that, bro. It's like it was when I saw it, it was like 20 something cent a share. It's like 20
Mm.
cent a share. That's how low it was. No,
And what is
no,
this?
it was less. No, this dog coin, it was less than that. It was like under a penny. at one time, and it was people that's
Mm,
buying this up like crazy. So I think when I started paying
mm,
attention to it, it had got up to about 9 cents a share. And I was like, okay. And I'm sitting around thinking, okay, if you buy 100 shares of that, well, if you spend $500 worth at 9 cents a share, I forgot how many shares that was. If it's 9 cents a share and you want to spend $100 on it, I forgot how many shares that was. But I'm sitting around thinking, like, damn, at
mm.
9 cents, if I'd have bought 100 shares at 9 cents and it went up to 71 cents from 9 cents, that ain't no
Yep.
like super duper money. But if one of my shares is 9 cents and it went up to 70 cents and I got 100 of that, I done double my money again. But I wasn't thinking about it like that. I wasn't thinking about it because I didn't. I'm trying to read up on everything else, but this cryptocurrency thing, man, it's gonna happen. It's happening. There are companies that got commercials. There are Bitcoin commercials, dog. There are Bitcoin commercials with Visa cards.
Yeah, that's wild right there.
Yeah, dog. Which tells you that if you are sitting on the bus, stop, and you let this bus pass your ass, don't be mad because you didn't get a ride. Because it's happening. I mean, when they start putting it on TV, that's what really convinced me that, oh yeah, man, the change is coming. No, the change is here. In fact, it's coming,
Yeah.
it's here. They talking about a Bitcoin
Yep.
Visa, a Bitcoin this,
Oh
that
yeah.
there are like what, 6 or 7 stores and online stores that's actually accepting Bitcoin as currency. It's like, bro, it's like, man, I ain't the smartest dude in the game
I'm
when it
wondering
comes
how
to this
that
stuff.
plays. I'm wondering
Hmm?
how that plays because so I was listening to Joe Budden and them talk about this at one point where they
Hmm.
was talking about how the government wants to get in on that because the way they're operating, like they're just printing money right now. So they're seeing how people want to shift to something like Bitcoin because of course Bitcoin has got a set amount of them. So the value is going to fluctuate just based on that set amount.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
um, the government is trying to figure out how they can get in on that because if everybody abandons the dollar, then they kind of don't have any power anymore, really, because they're
Exactly.
kind of blocked out of the economy at that point because they don't have control over it.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
wonder how that plays if these private companies like Visa, Mastercard, or whatever start getting in on Bitcoin, and it's that mainstream, but the government's not in on it yet. Like, how is that going
Yeah.
to work out long term?
Oh, it's gonna work out because the consumer is gonna make it work out. That's how I feel. Because once the consumer, well, a smart one that's gonna be like, you know what, I can put my money in cryptocurrency and I get a better return in my cryptocurrency than just leaving it in these federally funded government banks. That once the government figure
Hmm.
out, okay, these are individual platforms and stuff like that, they're gonna have to come up with something that's going to counter that, to try to get the majority of the people back into depending on the government.
Right.
That's how it seemed to always work. That's how it seemed to always work. That the government has so much power to do certain things, and as long as they got the power, they can dictate the people. That's why when the people make real money
Right.
in the United States, or like same way they did Bill, we can go far as back as Bill Gates. they made Bill Gates break down his company because he was making more than the government was. The government couldn't make as much money as
Yeah.
he was making at one point. So he became too powerful. So
Yeah.
they wanted to break him up. So when this cryptocurrency thing starts or continue to grow, and people get a better understanding of how it grows and what they can do with it and the returns they can get back from it and the values that come with it, government will have an issue. Same way with marijuana. The same thing with marijuana. All these states
Yeah.
have passed two different types of marijuana, man. They've passed medical marijuana and recreational marijuana statewide. The federal government sees how much money is being brought in with this marijuana deal. And I've been saying this for the longest, man.
Mm-hmm.
The government is going to do the same thing with marijuana as they did with alcohol. Because at one point in time, alcohol was
Mm-hmm.
illegal. And as soon as the government figured out a way to get their hands on the tax cut of the people that are actually going to make the product and sell the product, then it became illegal. Well, not then it became legal.
Right.
Now your ass you can go to every
Or
state in the
decriminalized.
country. Right, right. You can go to every state in the country right now. At some point, you can buy some alcohol. The federal government is going to figure out a way to get into this marijuana game where they can profit on the cut. And they already tried to pass the bill. Now, have you read that?
No, I
You read
haven't.
about that? Yeah. There's
No, I
there's a
haven't.
bill. I think there's a bill coming out of the House of Representatives, if I'm not mistaken. It's the
Mm.
House. Yeah, yeah, it's probably the House. It's probably the House because the Democrats have been trying to pass this marijuana thing for a minute. So there's a bill that was floating around. I don't know if they voted on it. I don't know if it didn't pass, that it didn't pass, but it's a bill that they're trying to get passed through Congress to allow distributors that's going to be passing out the marijuana to have the opportunity to take their money and put it into federal banks. Because
Mm.
right now they can't do it. So they have no way of protecting
Right.
their money right now because the way they getting it on a federal level is illegal, even though it's legal on the state level. So they're trying to get the bill passed where these
Right.
distributors, can put their money up. And I was like, damn, if they do that,
Mm.
there's another step that's coming and another step that's coming. And everybody that's sitting here down on the ground that didn't paid $200-300 on 5 shares, $5 a share, or $3 a share, and they put $200-300 in. And when this shit blow up like the world trade, no pun intended, people's gonna make some money. She's gonna make some money on this, man. But they got to come on with it. Come on, man. Federal government got to come on with it.
Yeah.
But
I wonder how much further that's going to go before they start actually releasing people who have been locked up for marijuana offenses.
I don't know. That might
Because I
be
mean that's got to
in.
come eventually with all this legalization.
You know what? That might occur, or that talk might come in Joe Biden's second term as president.
Mm.
That's what I think. That talk might occur. Then it might not happen in his first term while he's here now because he got too much shit to deal with right now. Um,
Mm-hmm.
dealing with all these other current bills that's trying to pass, and he's trying
Got
to
to
do
make it
another. What you
show
say?
for everybody.
I ain't hear you.
So got to make it a good show for everybody first,
Of
for everybody to
course,
trust them.
of course, of course. Okay, you couldn't make Michael Jordan MVP until he played the whole season.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You got to see what he do for the whole
Right.
season before you say, yeah, okay, I, I got confidence in you. I'm gonna make you MVP because it's what you've been doing all year. So yeah, but Biden got to earn his keep,
Right.
and he's starting off to a degree. You know, he got some people behind him. He got some diversity behind him. He got some women behind him. He got the Latino and Mexican community behind him. He got the Asian Americans standing up for him a little bit here. You know what I'm saying? I mean, us as
Hmm.
blacks, we still sitting up here like, yeah, you nice, but
Hmm.
yeah, you gave us some money, but yeah, we got a couple of stimulus checks through you, but but that situation that you brought up, yeah, that might pop up in his
Hmm.
second term, especially if they pass this on the federal level. Then a lot of those federal offenses can probably be cut in half
Right.
if all you went to jail for was possession of an ounce or whatever you went in for.
Hmm.
It's like, yeah, they may drop some of the
Right.
sentences. It's like, yeah, some of that shit is crazy. It's like, man, you don't put nobody in jail for 15 years for having a bag of weed. It's like, what? It's
Right.
people that commit murder. It's people that commit murder and convicted don't do 15. They might do 10. Like you took a life,
Right.
you could take a life and get less time than you would with having some marijuana. What type of shit is that?
Yeah.
It's backwards as hell. That's backwards as hell, man.
Some Jim Crow shit.
I
Right.
know, I know. Man, question. I'm gonna throw a scenario at you, bro. Um, just off the subject, but
Okay.
since we talk about, but we talk about what the hell we want anyway. So I got a relationship question to throw at you. Well, I can't call it a relation. Yeah, I can call it a friend with benefit.
Okay.
I call it a friend with benefits question.
Okay.
Right. All right, you you and a young lady, y'all been cool. You get together from time to time. You talk on the phone periodically.
Hmm.
XYZ. She decides to go out of town with her family.
Hmm.
You are aware that she didn't went out of town. You know when she coming back. You don't call her while she's out of town. She might be
Hmm.
gone for a week. She might be gone for a week, but you don't call her while she's out of town. So
Right.
when she comes back, y'all conversate, but she got an attitude with you because you didn't call her. Does that make any
Mm.
sense?
No. If you're not in an actual relationship, no, doesn't make sense.
That's what I said.
I almost feel like that's on some Jedi mind trick shit. She almost like wants to make it feel like it's a relationship. So she almost like, I guess, gets you in this mindset of this is a relationship because maybe she wants it to go there.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think that's what that's about.
yeah. Because that was brought to my attention yesterday, and I laughed so
Hmm.
hard that it didn't make any sense. I laughed because I was like, "You mean to tell me that you are upset with me because I didn't call you while you were on vacation?" And she was like, "Well, our communication shouldn't end because I go out of town." I said, "Okay." I said, "Well, if this was such of an importance to you, why didn't you call me if you wanted to talk?
Hmm.
If you really wanted to talk, why didn't you call me while you were on vacation?" Her response was, "Why do I got to call you?" My other friends call me. I say, I'm not your other friends. Do I supposed to do what your other friends do? Should I do what your other friends do because they called you because they knew you were on the vacation? Why you got to turn this around and put this on me? I say, because
And why
this
you
is a
worried about who
two-way.
calling you? Like, shouldn't you be out like enjoying your vacation?
That's what I was saying. And I said that too. I said, why are you concerned about who called you? So then she turned it around and say, well, Carl, you didn't call me to check to see if I even made it to California. I say, you didn't call me to let me know you made it to California. So again, this goes both ways. Just as quick as I could pick up the phone and check on you, you could pick up the phone and check in if that's what you're trying to do. But the
Right.
more I said that, the more it made her mad because I was like, so this is a one-way thing? This is a one-way thing. And she was like, well, the person that I talk to the most is you. So I kind of would expect it that you would call and check on me. I say, so you want me to check on you?
Mm,
It's like, if that was a big deal, why you ain't calling check on me?
right.
Nothing to say, bro. Nothing to say. So these are the type of
Hmm.
situations that when I hear them, that make me say, uh-uh, uh-uh. That shit right there,
I
that
think I
shit.
lost you.
Are you there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay, cool,
Yeah, I
cool,
was kind
cool.
of losing you there.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, bro. I had to shake my head like, see, see, that's too much playing. I'm too grown. I'm too grown for little
Uh,
stuff like that.
hey,
That
you know what?
stuff
That's some shit I
petty.
know all too well, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, because I
Hey, but
guess
you
what
want to know
made
something
him,
weird?
what's that, bro?
Want to know something weird? Since we're here, you didn't hit me with that shit before.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm here. Okay.
I said, you hit
Go
me
ahead.
with that shit before. You're like, how
You
come you don't
damn right.
call me? And
Because
I
you
ain't
my
heard from
brother. You my brother. The fuck? I suppose you
you.
damn right. You my brother. You ain't no random chick in this motherfucker, man. What? What? You damn right. Yeah.
I mean,
I do
but it's not the same shit in the sense that like if you want to talk, you can call me.
I do. And when I call you, that's when I go off. I can't go off on you if we ain't talking, right?
I ain't hear you. What you say?
I say, yeah, that's the reason why I go off when I call you. Like, nigga,
Okay.
why you don't call me? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I got a right to go off then because I picked up the phone
Hey
and
man,
called.
I go through that with everybody
Man, man,
though.
I
Yeah,
ain't hearing
I
that.
go through that with everybody
I'm not hearing that shit.
though.
And I believe you. And I believe you too, bro. I ain't saying that you lying or none of that, but my name ain't everybody. I ain't part of the everybody crew, man. I ain't part of the everybody crew. My brother, man, look, there's one thing that I can say, man, I got three brothers. I do. I got three brothers for real. And I need to hear from my three brothers at some point. Yeah, man, but yeah, man, I had to ask that, man. I ain't gonna not ask about when I ain't heard from my brothers, man. What the hell? You ain't no can't put you in that category, man. That don't even work. That don't even work. if I can deal with these little random chicks come a dime a dozen. I ain't tripping off them. I can't call no other Corey. There ain't no other. There ain't no other Van Diesels running around here, dog. So yeah, man. Yeah, we ain't doing that. We ain't doing that one, man. We ain't doing that one. Nah.
Well,
But
there's at least one, but Dominic Terrell got beef with him.
I don't like that nigga anyway. It don't even matter.
All right, so I had something sitting in the tuck since the last time.
All right, what you got?
Let me see. What was it? All right, so we was getting into before, like about how men tend to start to get their shit together financially as they get older. And why is that? And you had said before something like, we're always like on some right now shit, like every. Well, I'm just, I guess, like setting the premise right now.
Okay. I think it's because
from what you had said before it was like, we got this kind of white.
But our conversation about why do we get older and start thinking about our finances?
Yeah, basically. Or I guess basically like why do men tend to kind of get their finances together the most when they get older?
Yeah, I think it's kind of what I had said a while back, bro, because a lot of us got that want it right now syndrome. We want it now, and we'll be either that or become parents young, kind of like I did. So you ain't really thinking about that off the top. It's like, damn, I got a kid, or I ain't got kids, but I want this car and this car and this and this. And you don't really be thinking about, okay, let me put something up for down the line, because you don't be thinking about down the line until down the line, damn, they show up.
Right.
So when they damn near show up, you be like, okay, I'm 35, I'm 40. It's like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying? It's getting close to that time to be like, okay, in 15, 20 years, it's gonna be time to, try to, if you want to try to retire at a decent age where you can, sit back and bear the fruits of your labor. You working all your damn life. You don't want to work, and 1 year you retire and the next year shit you broke or dead.
Right.
So it's like that value becomes more important because you become a lot smarter, you become a lot wiser. Some of the things that you thought was important in your 20s and even 30s don't seem that important when you become 45, 55. Be like, man, that shit ain't important. I could have put that money on something else.
Right.
So I think it has something to do with getting older. A lot of your debt you probably paid off or trying to pay off or about to pay off. So there's a whole bunch of factors in there. So that's what I think that is. That people got to get out of that right now syndrome, man.
Right. I almost wonder, like, I guess economically, especially probably in our case, like, we didn't come up with, a whole lot of, this money sitting around in the family, really. Like, everybody around us, had to work every day and, almost live check to check almost in a way.
True.
It's just a matter, like, making sure the bills is always paid. So, like, it's almost a luxury to be able to think ahead in those circumstances, I think.
You right, bro. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that is a wonderful way. And a lot of us wasn't taught about what to do with extra money when you took care of everything that you need to take care of. we had to learn that
Right.
on our own, but
Right.
it took us to, go through some things, be like, okay, I got this money and I paid everything off. What I'm gonna do with this extra? So then you got to thinking like, okay, if I just put it up and don't do nothing with it, I'm gonna end up spending it because I ain't doing nothing with it. It's just
Mm-hmm.
sitting there and then it ain't growing. So now you get
Right.
to our age, be like, okay, damn it, I got a couple of $100 or I got a couple of grand in the bank. What can I do with that where that can grow some more money? So when I do spend it, I still have what I got.
Right.
So I think that's what that is.
Yeah,
It's like,
that's where education. Yeah, that's where education plays a big role. I think
yeah,
that information just wasn't around for us in the places that we
no,
were. Our friends didn't know it, teachers wasn't teaching it. We ain't had no, rich uncles or nobody that, done it already in the family.
right,
So all
right,
this information
yeah,
is kind of new for everybody in a way, which is why it seems like everybody. I was gonna say the weird thing about that is I guess I think about kind of what I've been hearing recently for the most part in terms of women, what they be looking for. Um, I guess just the ones that's loud enough to be out here, getting on these platforms and saying it, they tend to lead with money. So, you know, a woman comes out here, 2021, and she looking for a man that got money first and foremost. So her options are to deal with somebody her age who's broke and hope he gets time soon, or deal with the older man who probably got it already. So I guess it's really a question of expectations if that's what they lead with.
yeah, because that's all they know. Until somebody show them something, you know, somebody got to
Right.
show them that. Somebody got to show them that, or they can go with option C and go to option C and get it themselves. You know,
Well, they doing
women,
that anyway.
right? So it's like, don't turn into a damn fool. Because a lot of women that talk this way, in my opinion, are idiots. You know what I'm saying? If you out here, if you
Mm,
got the money, if you making the money already as a woman, and then you want somebody else to be where you at, cool. But to sit up here and be like, okay, yeah, he make money, I'm making money, but I'm gonna spend all his shit and keep my money.
mhm.
Nah, bitch. Nah. No, 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 no. That ain't how the game play. You know what I'm saying? You got enough money to go out and buy a bodega. Now,
Mhm.
now, if you got that kind of money where you could spend 2, 3 grand, 4, 5 grand on a purse, then go get it. Don't be sitting there talking about I didn't need a man to buy me a $12,000 purse.
Right.
For what?
Right.
Because the way I see it, if you got the money to get it for yourself, go get it for yourself. You say you I'm independent. Then okay, well go show your independence. Go buy what you want.
Right.
Now when it come to that, then I don't be paying these chicks no conversation. I wish I was making that kind of money when them bras come up to me say that to me. They're
Right.
like, boy, y'all didn't recognize me in the rap video. I was the one in the back. Y'all didn't rec- y'all did not recommend. Y'all did not see me in the rap video, man. I was back in the back, holding the camera, shaking my head at you idiots.
All right. So the funny thing about that is, right? All right. So the women's out here getting their money anyway because they want to be independent, but they do always want a man that's on their level or higher. So I guess, man, I was going somewhere with that earlier, but I don't know. I guess in your experience, what would you say that women that you've dealt with have valued the most?
The women that I deal with, they valued the most.
Yeah.
Most of them that I've dealt with, they value the kids the most, because the majority of the women that I've dealt with, they all got kids.
Mm-hmm.
So the kids seem to be their top priority in most cases. Um, Money, they want that, of course, but none of them have came to me with that, because the way I approach and do things, they pretty much know, okay, well, I ain't gonna come ask Carl for no money because he ain't giving me no money.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I let that be known. Now, I will help you make money. If there's a way to help you make it, then yeah, I'll show you some platforms and I'll put you in front of some people that can put you in that position. But I'm not gonna come and stay with you and pay your bills, and this ain't my house.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? That right there, I ain't doing it, because when the situation come down and you throw some ass at me, that don't justify no money.
Right.
It's like the same thing you giving me, I'm giving you. Hell, pay me. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Hey, you know what? I was thinking earlier about like how I think like the way that we came to that as a dynamic is that for a long time, I don't think women ever felt, or I guess not felt, but experienced that sex was a fair exchange. At one point, I think women did feel like they was doing men a favor because we didn't know what they liked to make sex, to incentivize having sex to begin with. Like we didn't know what they liked, and we probably didn't care to know or try to figure it out. So they was doing us a favor at one point to have sex. But now that it got to a point where, women have demanded to be pleased, and, men actually, learn to do that. Now, yes, it's a fair exchange, but they still operating on this sort of mentality that they should get something in return for it. I think that's how we got here.
possibly, possibly, bro. I can't argue that. Yeah, I don't know, man. I think different. It's like you got to give me a better value than just giving me some ass and thinking that's going to justify that you deserve certain things.
Right.
I don't recognize that as the same. You know what I'm saying? It's like what you asking for, I can ask for that same thing. What puts you in a category that you're better than me, where I'm supposed to reach in my pocket, pay you, and I don't get nothing out the deal?
Right.
Don't work for me. So when I be
Right.
hearing these gals talking and all of this, I just laugh my ass off. Be like, boy, y'all got the wrong dude. Because the gal said that to me once. Gal was like, "Carl, you cheap," and I was like, "What would you prefer?" I was like, "What would you prefer? A man that's cheap or a man that's broke?" Because I can
Good
guarantee you, a
choices.
man, I can guarantee you, a man that's cheap ain't broke. He got some money. Now he ain't gonna spend it on some of the shit some of these other idiots spend their money on, but that's what they do. But you could be sitting around here talking about my man cheap. He don't buy nothing. And then you could be sitting around and saying, yeah, the man I'm with, he ain't never got no money. He always broke.
Mm-hmm.
Because you want somebody to take care of you. It's not my job to take care of you. My job is to help you take care of you.
Right.
Ain't my job. No, it don't work like that. And in my opinion, I think a whole bunch of men are afraid to tell a gal that because they worried about them going to somebody else. It's like, nigga, if she
Yeah.
go to somebody else because she looking for somebody to take care of her, you ain't that dude.
Right.
So don't be sitting around feeling crazy about that shit because she looking for somebody to take care of her. You ain't the man that's capable of taking care of her. Find you somebody that got some different values or better values.
Hmm.
Like, man, don't be scared of that. I mean, what the hell does she got? She ain't got nothing but some. She ain't got nothing but some ass. It's like, damn. I mean, you bugging out over some ass? It's like, really?
Most people don't look at it that way though. Like that's the
I
thing about it. I
know.
think like everybody, like men and women both, look at dating as a matter of trying to get the best thing you can get rather than trying to pair off somebody with somebody who just matches with you. It's
True.
always just trying to reach this higher level of, do they have more money? Do they look more attractive? Do they have all these different things that's on this cookie cutter checklist rather
True.
than how well do they mesh with me and what I am and what I offer?
Yeah. 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 I'm with you on that. With you, but see, that's somebody that's thinking. Those are two
Right.
people that's thinking. You know what I'm saying? And they ain't thinking about themselves in the process. One is thinking about, okay, what can I do for her, and she thinking like, okay, what can I do for him, and we meet somewhere in the middle there. But people ain't thinking like that. I mean, everybody out for self. But it's been that
Right.
way for years, so it ain't like it's a new thing. I mean, that's been going on for years, so it ain't nothing new. But you don't pick that up in some cases with some people until you get older. You get older and be like,
Right.
"No, I ain't got no time to be arguing with you about some shit that don't matter. It don't matter."
Right.
You be like, My feelings, my feelings. What about your damn feelings? The fuck?
You can't do that, Carl. That's misogynist.
No, 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 no. Here's the reason why I say that. No, no, no. The reason why I say that is because your feelings do what the weather does.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Your feelings change. They change. You know what I'm saying? It's not a permanent. A whole bunch of stuff that you be dealing with and going through is a temporary situation. It's like you have to get past these. This is how I feel, and I'm gonna go with how I feel right now. Shit.
Hmm.
Especially if you're trying to deal with somebody in the long term.
Yeah.
Now, if it's just you, then okay, cool. If it's just you and that's the way you feel and it's only going to affect you, then by all means, say the hell with the world. I'm going to just do me. Okay, cool.
Right.
But if you got somebody and you in a relationship with somebody, your damn feelings all the time that don't always fly. This is
Right.
how I feel. It's like, so it's like, okay, because if we go off what you feel all the time, but ain't no telling what we might be doing or being or been and got into, going off of how you feel.
Right.
But again, bro, I mean, I'm Iceberg Slim, man. I mean, I got a whole different. You know what I'm saying? I got pops call me that all the time. Pops call me Iceberg Slim, man.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's like I think if I be honest, I'd rather be honest and you not like me
Mm.
for my honesty, or you love me to death and I'm fake as fuck.
Right.
So if I had to pick between the two, and I had two friends, and at one point in time I had 20, and out of the 20 of these, two of them was like, you know what, we like the straight up call, where these other 18 like this fake and let me pretend that we cool and let me act like that your feelings are more important than mine and your views are better than. Yeah, yeah.
Right.
No, I ain't doing that. I ain't doing it. I ain't doing it. Like I say, man, that situation takes somebody growing up. You got to grow up and be comfortable with who you are.
Yeah.
And I'm at that age where I'm comfortable enough to tell you to go to hell.
Right.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Look, go down there and make sure you wearing some shorts. Because I heard it's hot down there, damn it. So you might want to stay as cool as possible. You know what I'm saying? You
Right.
know? So I mean, that's just really where I'm at. Like I say, man, I don't believe, and maybe I'm so wrong for saying this, but I really don't believe that there is somebody out there that's for me.
Mm.
I don't.
I was about to ask you about that in a second too.
Yeah. But what about
All
it?
right, so all right. My question is parallel universe. If you could have somebody who you could see yourself actually being in a long-term relationship with, what kind of values would she have to bring to the table for you to be cool with it?
Oh God. Well, that's easy. Well, first, she got to know how to separate how she feel and what's right. That's the first thing.
Okay, what's right?
Well, okay. Say for instance, there is a situation going on, and she knows what's right, but she decide to move on how she feel. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
Okay.
I'm trying to find an example of that, but it's like, okay, if you know,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? It's like if you know going out buying this particular car is gonna put us behind on the budget. Now you've done the analytics and everything. You crunch the numbers, so you know what's right. It's like, damn, this here costs too much. Can't do it. But
Hmm.
instead of you going with that, you go, oh, but I really want it. That type of thinking is like, okay, you know that you can't afford it, but you want it anyway, and you go out how you feeling,
Hmm.
and you do it. So that type of
Okay.
thinking, I need somebody to know the difference. I also need someone that is not afraid to take authority and accept authority. Know what your position is as a woman in our relationship, and recognize what my position is. Don't do my position, just recognize what my position is. I'm in the relationship, so I need a woman that knows how to do that. I need to I need to have one that's open to learning something different that can be beneficial for her. Not for me, not for us, for her.
Right.
Because that's going to be part of my job is to show her how to be better at whatever she's doing. That's my job as a, helper, a provider, a protector. But she got to be open to say, okay, yeah, Carl ain't gonna put me in a situation where, you know, I'm gonna get hurt or something like that. He's trying to show me something.
Hmm.
So that's important. And the last one is to know how to recognize what it is that I like.
Mm. Okay.
Recognize it. Pay attention. Pay attention. All that shit that a woman say that they want a man to be, pay attention and listen to me and be patient and be understanding. We want the same shit. And any
Mm.
man that say that line, saying that he don't is lying because we want them same things. We want a woman that's understanding, patient, and considerate, and recognize what it is that make us men, and don't try to make us feel that what we think and the way we do shit is fucked up. It's not. So
Right.
In a parallel universe, as Danny Myers would say, the battle rapper Danny Myers, in a parallel universe,
Danny Myers.
yeah, Danny Myers, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? If I could have that, I mean, a woman all balled up, I'll change my whole view because that's the motherfucker right there that I know that I need to be with to help her and help me.
Mm.
But
Okay.
but I'm a realist, bro. That ain't out here for your big bro, man, and I'm cool with that. I'm a realist, bro. I know that ain't out here for me, man. But
It
I
might be
just
tough.
ask.
It might be tough in I guess in your age demographic. It might be tough. You got a whole lot of people just kind of set in their ways and not really looking for nothing different that they can change and do. Somebody that's actually your age, like maybe somebody a bit younger, more in tune with the goings on out here and what everybody talking about right now, um like dating has been like really really like a big topic in social media right now. So and specifically like what men want, like that really hasn't ever been a topic before. It's always been about what women want, what women are looking for. So right now is when the most attention has been paid to the male perspective and what men are actually looking for. Because I mean, even me, like if I up until now, if somebody asked me what do men want in a woman, I couldn't really answer for anybody but myself.
Exactly.
And we generally have like a pretty good idea what women want because we've always been told for the longest what women want. The women want security and a protector, and he wants you to have money and wants you to be funny and all kinds of shit. Over 6 feet tall.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Well, it ain't crazy. Let me take that back. That's the wrong choice of words. I can't say it's crazy, but they got this long list of things that they want, which is okay. I
Mm-hmm.
ain't got no arguments with that. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you want this list, you want this list, and what you're asking for, you want this all the time. You want this all the time, all day, every day, 24 hours a day, no days off. So if
Right.
you're asking for someone to give you all of these things, which are great things, what do
Mm-hmm.
you have to offer in return with the same amount of abundance?
Mm. Yep.
These are the questions that I have when I have conversations, dog, and the room get quiet like John Pope then walk in the motherfucker, dog. I'm telling you, bro, when I throw these questions out there with these women, they be looking at me like, where the hell you from? I'm like,
Right.
no, it's like I'm a recognize that most women, I can name the 9 to 10 things that y'all want right off the top,
Mm-hmm.
and y'all want this from a man all the time. You want them to be all these things. So, what do you have to offer me if you take away cooking and screwing and making money? What you
Mm-hmm.
got to offer me that can make me better? All these
And then
things
not
you want.
necessarily making money, right? I mean, a woman doesn't necessarily have to be making, great money as a qualifier, does she? For you?
No, I don't. No, I don't. But I do want her to be independent enough to know how to.
Right. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, I want her to at least know how. If it's time to go get your grind on, you know how to go get your grind on, and you may not have to,
Mm-hmm.
but at least know how. It's kind of like a situation like with your daughters. You know what I'm saying? It's like hell.
Right.
Your daughters might not never have to change a tire physically, but
Mm-hmm.
at least know how to.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You ain't never got to. You may not never have to do. You can probably call AAA all year and never have to change the tire. But what happens if you ain't got the phone?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? At least know how to do it.
Right.
And that's where I'm at. Like I say, man, you and my other brother Keon. Like I say, man, I respect y'all. I mean, I don't be saying that to be funny. I ain't saying that because you my brother. I'd say that with 100% all honesty. That, man, y'all stepped out in the world that takes a lot of courage and a lot of responsibility, man. And I respect y'all for that, man, because I don't know if I'll ever be able to do that and still be human.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? I'll probably jump into that world and be a damn unicorn or some shit. I've been turned into something that I ain't. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I have a horn be growing out my chin and some shit. It's like, what the hell happened to Carl? Like, Carl who? So for me, like I say, in a parallel universe, that'll be the ideal girl for me. It'll be the ideal girl for me to understand what it takes for her to keep me comfortable. I don't want her to take care of me. I'm not looking for no woman to take care of me
Right.
because I got too much pride. I got too much pride. So I'm not looking for her to take care of me or nothing like that. A lot of that stuff that women do, I can do on my own. So you got to give me something outside of what I can't do. I can go in the kitchen and cook. I can go in the kitchen and clean. I can go wash my own damn clothes. I can go out. I can make money. I know how to do what responsible adults know how to do. So, you know,
Right.
telling me, well, because a good girl was like, so you don't want to be with a woman when you come home, you know, your food is ready and your bath water is made and all this. And I was like,
Nah,
no,
turn on the Xbox.
right.
That's my shit. Like, find a girl that like to play fucking video games or some shit.
Yeah. Let
That's
me,
cool.
yeah, let me find a chick that can tell me the stats on the NBA game.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And me find a chick that like to shoot guns. You know what I'm saying? You
Yep.
know, like to shoot, like to drive fast cars. You know what I'm saying? Like to drive fast. You know what I'm saying? She like to bungee jump, do some crazy shit for a change. You know what I'm saying? You know, some
Right.
out the box. You know, one of these chicks that'll be like, oh, let's go outside in the middle of the night, butt naked, and run back in the house.
Hey, you know what's funny? That type of woman that you're talking about, they probably did that shit when they was younger.
Okay.
They done found Jesus now. They ain't doing that shit no more.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But that don't mean because you found Jesus that you can't get naked. It don't mean that. It don't mean because you done found the Lord that all of a sudden all the freak gone. It's like, damn, all the freak gone now.
I
All
wonder.
the freak gone.
I really wonder why that is too.
You know what? I can't answer that, bro, because I
I
done
got some
ran into it.
theories.
Huh?
I got some theories about
Shit,
why
me
that
too.
is.
You got me sounding like a scientist because I got some theories too. I got some theories too. Shit. Hell yeah. Like, man, why all of a sudden you done went from Kim Kardashian to whatever with whatever that pastor's wife name is, What's the pastor? What's the black pastor that's real popular? Jakes.
TD Jakes.
Yeah, TD Jakes. You turned into TD Jakes' wife now. It's like one minute you was porn star queen, then all of a sudden it's like now you didn't turn into a nun,
Right.
Don't want to show your legs.
Right.
Don't want to do nothing in public. Don't want to talk about your sex life. Why we gotta talk about a sex life in public? What's wrong with that?
Right.
If you comfortable with what you're doing, if you know it's me and you, and you're comfortable with what we do, who gives a damn about it? I don't
Right.
care what you. I don't care what the next person know. Who gives a shit? But again, bro, I'm just going back on the conversation again, bro. In a parallel universe, that's what I would like to have in a parallel universe. Because right now on Earth, she don't exist. She ain't out here, man. She ain't out here, and I know she is not out here, dog. She ain't out here. I'm telling you, man. I have more comfort and loyalty with a German Shepherd, but without the sex, of course. Without the sex, of course. For real, that I can come home. I can come home every day, and then that dog will be happy to see me every day. There will not be an argument with me and that German Shepherd unless that dog then fucked up something in the house.
Right.
Outside of that, dog, come on. I don't want to come home and got to be arguing and nag with no grown ass woman. What? And to be some stupid shit too. Why you ain't take out the trash? Nigga, you been here all day. Why you ain't take it out? Your ass gonna wait all day. My ass been going to work all day. Then I'm gonna come on in your first question, call you forgot to take out the trash. Uh-oh. Hey, bro. Hey,
You know
this
what?
grandmama, man, call you back.
Yeah, it's cool, man.
Okay.
All right, man.
All right, bro.
All right, later.
Grandma.
All right, well, boys and girls, that is the end of our show. You have been tuned in to the Since You Blocked Me podcast with your host, Venom the Tiger Dragon, aka Ven Deezel, my brother Carl, and we were missing Swish Mo today. Ain't no telling what he up to, but we'll try to get him back for next time. But in the meantime, man, y'all stay cool. Like, subscribe, drop comments, tell us what you think, and we'll be back at you as soon as possible. So till next time, douches.